Alright. A rope of 38 meters is used to form a rectangular area. No bother, we just draw a rectangle. If the width of the rectangle has to be at least 2 meters long, the width has to be at least 2, and the length has to be exactly 1 meter longer than its width. Why don't we say x and x plus 1? Is that okay? What's the specification for x? It has to be greater than or equal to 2, okay? Find the maximum dimensions of the rectangle. We're only allowed to use 38 meters of rope. Okay, so let's figure this out. Let's do x, get the perimeter, is it? Maximum distance is perimeter, to get the perimeter of the rectangle, so add all 4 sides together. Open. And do you have to use 38 meters? Yeah, if you want to maximize it, you'll use all 38 meters. Okay. Add them together, and what do we get? 4x plus 2. This is more of a 4x plus 2 equals 38, or maybe less than 38, I suppose. 4x less than or equal to 36, x less than or equal to 9. That to me indicates that find the maximum dimensions of the rectangle. That's obvious. That's 9 and 10. Actually, no, you don't even need an inequality for that. I don't even know why it has the inequality. Just the equal sign will do nicely, won't it? You know it's 9 and 10 all day long. The inequality doesn't even come into it. Not that question shouldn't be there really. There you go. Now, this one's a very interesting one. This one will hurt your head a little bit. Okay? Your head isn't already hurt. It's about to be. Read question 13. Now find the mass of Pluto. Okay. So give one example of x greater than b, a greater than b greater than 0, n greater than 0, a to the power of n is greater than b to the power of n. Now, if you're anything like me, it makes no sense unless you plug in real numbers in the description of the question. So pick a number to represent a. Pick a number. 1. The very smallest number you can pick. Try something bigger. Okay. A equals 2. And A has to be bigger than B, so pick a number for B. Great, 1. 1 will do you nicely. Now, give me an example of n bigger than 0. Pick any value for n that's bigger than 0. Grand. Okay. Does the numbers he chose fit the description of part 1? Does it fit that description? Does it? It does. Alright. Next thing. What we're going to have is 2 to the power of 3 bigger than, see what I'm doing here? I'm doing the last part. 8 to the power of n, in his case, would be 2 to the power of 3. Is 2 to the power of 3 bigger than 1 to the power of 3? Is it? Great. That means that's true. Let's try another example. A is still bigger than B, would you agree with that? And because A is bigger than B, we can still use 2 and 1. What about the n value? So pick a value of n less than 0. Minus what? 1, yeah, you can use minus 1 if you want. Once again, put them into the description at the end and figure out what's going on. Okay, so is a to the power of n and b to the power of n? Let's figure it out. 2 to the power minus 1 versus 1 to the power minus 1. Which one's bigger? Put it into the calculator and find out. You're going to get a half and 1. Which one's bigger? 1. So this should be less than. If a is bigger than b, but n is smaller than 0, this implies a to the power of n is bigger than b to the power of n when you test out numbers fitting that description. Okay? Now you're going to have good fun here. Right, you're going to do the next one on your own. So you're going to do the next one. So what you're basically given is, you're given a description like this. See the two yellow parts? Yeah? You're given the description. And what you have to come up with is what's the green part. So do you get it? You're given the yellow part in each question. You guys got to come up with the green part. I'll give you a minute or two to go through them on your own, and then we'll discuss them afterwards. Let's go. Very quickly. Pick a value for A, Charlie. Really? Okay. Value for B. Yeah, fair enough. Value for N. Odd number, yeah, N equals 3. So Charlie picked 3 numbers. You can pick any 3 numbers provided they fit the description of the question. A is smaller than B and N is odd. Then try A to the power of N and B to the power of N separately. So try minus 2 to the power of 3 versus minus 1 to the power of 3. You'll get minus 8 and minus 1. Which one's bigger? Minus 1's bigger. So therefore your conclusion should be A to the power of N is smaller than B to the power of N. And you're done. There you go for another one. Go again, Tunnel. Any 3 numbers that fit the description of the second question? A is 2, yeah. B? Yep. A is 2, B is 3. Give me an N number. Yep. Why not? Then what do I write next? 2 to the power of. And versus. Yeah, we know which one's bigger, don't we? 3 to the power of 4 is bigger all day long, so this means AN is smaller than.
But doesn't A be actually less than 0?
Oh, it does actually have to be less than 0. My fault. Sorry. So go again. Minus 2 and minus. No, minus 3 would be smaller than minus 2. A has to be smaller than B. Sorry, my fault. So let's try this again. Actually, I think it might be the other way around this time. We'll see. So it's minus 2 to the power of 4 against minus 1 to the power of 4. Is that okay? One of them's going to be 16, and the other one's going to be 1. So who's bigger? 16. This implies A to the power of N is actually bigger than B to the power of N. Okay? Let's try the next one now. Oh, it's the same thing again, isn't it? Oh, odd and smaller than 0. So, slight difference. Once again, we'll go for A equals minus 2. We'll go for B equals minus 1. N has to be odd and smaller than 0. So what do you reckon? Huh? Yeah, let's go for N equals minus 3. Let's test out AN and BN again. So what do we have? Minus 2 to the power of minus 3 versus minus 1 to the power of minus 3. I know the answer to this one is going to be minus 1. And I know the answer to this one. Really? Oh, sorry, an 8, is it? Yeah. Yeah, minus 1/8 or minus 0.0125. Now, who's bigger? So, your answer is AN bigger than BN. They're not so bad, are they? Throw in a few numbers, put it in the calculator, figure out what you're doing. Does anybody have the answer for the last one? Huh? Is everybody happy with AN less than BN? Alright, grand. Look, we'll just move on at this stage. I think we get the gist of what we're doing. Alright, another one I was interested in was, is that the last one I was interested in? Yeah. 14 is really easy. We're not doing 14 because 14, do you know all you have to do with 14? All you have to do is, with question 14, it's just this question on its own, the yellow question. See the green question? Do that on its own. See the blue question? Do that part on its own and just mix both answers together. It's way too simple for you. Alright? If In fact, do question 14 for homework tonight, and if there's any issues, I'll do it tomorrow. There shouldn't be any issues, okay? All right.